This is the Creator 5 Pro from Flashforge. Just like the Creator 5, it swaps colors in seconds instead of minutes with virtually no purge waste. And that can save you hours or even days with just one 3D print. The Pro version also prints engineering materials like ASA, ABS, and nylon thanks to its enclosed heated chamber. And these printers start at under $700, which is much lower than its competition. That all sounds great, but are these printers actually good? I finally got the chance to find out. Normally I don't do a whole lot of multicolor prints. Sure, sometimes I'm printing toys for my kids, or toys for their bearded dragon. But I usually print one color, finish and paint it, or find other ways to avoid color swaps. And that's all due to one very big reason. But now things have changed. Flashforge reached out to me and sent me their Creator 5 Pro to test. So I do want to thank Flashforge for sponsoring this video by sending me the printer. Since this video is sponsored, please don't think of it as a review. I'm just here to share my experience with the printer. I'll be putting it to the test to show you not only what works well, but also any issues I happen to run into. And also this odd design choice. They had to have meetings about this, right? Let's get started. I'm sure you're not here to watch me unbox a printer, so I'll skip ahead for you. The assembly is much easier than any other printer I've put together. The display screen connects directly to the printer and just slides in place. Then it is attached with 2 screws. Then attach the 4 nozzle blockers. The extruders come pre-assembled, which is nice. Just attach the extruder dock to the outside of the printer. I did have to use a bit of force to get it to slide down and snap in. The 4 extruders slide onto the pegs and are held on by magnets. Just make sure that they're not tangled and are in the correct order. Then plug in and secure the extruder mount cable. Next, you need to unlock the print bed by removing 3 screws. Then you need to attach the 4 spool holders to the right side of the printer. If you get the standard Creator 5, that's the entire assembly. If you get the Pro version, you'll also need to assemble the top cover. Attach the 4 sides to the 4 corners. Then attach the top lid and screw it in with 4 screws. I was surprised at how easy this was to put together, especially for a printer that has 4 nozzles. Now plug it in and turn it on. Select your language and Wi-Fi settings. Then start the initialization and let the printer do its thing for about 30 minutes. About halfway through, it'll ask you to remove the printing plate and continue. After updating the firmware, I'm ready for my first print, which is, well, it's a Benchy. Looks good, but this isn't why you buy this printer. This is. Check it out. This is exactly why I've been looking forward to trying out the Creator 5. After using traditional multicolor printers, watching this printer swap colors is very impressive. It's literally just a few seconds compared to a minute or even longer. This B from Flexi Factory took about 10.5 hours to print. And like any other multicolor printer, it does still print a prime tower. But there's no purge waste, which can sometimes double the material used in a print. Let's compare the numbers to a single nozzle printer using my Bamboo P1S as an example. This model took about 10.5 hours to print. But on the P1S, over 20 hours. The Creator 5 did actually use a heavier prime tower, but when you include all the purge waste on the P1S, the total filament comes out to 180 grams versus 327. That's due to the 493 filament changes on this print. So on a single print, I saved about 10 hours and about 150 grams of filament. I do want to point out that the setup time before each print does take a bit longer than other printers that I've used. Preheating and leveling can take up to 16 minutes to complete before the print starts. Normally this takes anywhere from 7 to 13 minutes. Although for a print that takes 10 hours or more, a few extra minutes is nothing, but for a small one-color print, it can make a difference. I do have more prints and comparisons to share with you, but first let's go over some of the features. Both printers share the same core features. They have an adjustable 4-inch color display screen. The build volume is 256 by 256 by 256 millimeters. Both have a recommended print speed at 300 millimeters a second and a max speed of 600 millimeters a second. The maximum hot end temperature is 320 degrees, and the print bed goes up to 120 degrees. They have Wi-Fi printing, or if you want to print offline, there is a USB port at the bottom left of the printer. The light bar here does a great job of lighting up the print bed. And both have a built-in camera here in the corner. The time lapses, well, they don't look great, and they're partially blocked here in the bottom corner, but the camera does allow you to check your print from your phone or computer. There's clog detection and filament runout detection. And if you have the same filament loaded in 2 hot ends, it'll automatically switch over when the first one runs out. I searched online to find some good multicolor models to try out, and I found some great options from Matt Meyer Makes. My family helped pick out the next 4 models to print. My wife chose the red panda, my daughter chose the sea turtle, my son chose the robo rattler, and I chose the robo octopus. To print the red panda, I needed to swap the colors after printing the bee. If you have the Pro model, you'll also need to remove the lid to cut the filament. To swap filaments, you need to cut the loaded filament with the lever here. Pull out the existing filament, insert the next filament, and make sure it's a clean cut because I've noticed it can get stuck in 2 places. Here where it enters the printer, and here where it enters the hot end. Sometimes I have to use a little more force to feed it through at these 2 points. And last, it's important to load the filament through the display screen menu. At first, I wasn't a fan of having to manually swap the filament because I'm used to printers with automatic cutters. But after thinking about it, it does actually make sense. You're only cutting filament when changing colors before a print, not hundreds of times during a print like with a single nozzle system. So although it would have been nice, I think it was the right move to keep the printers at a lower price point. Alright, back to printing. My wife's red panda finished in about 12.5 hours using 178 grams of filament. The sea turtle was just under 12 hours and was also about 178 grams. My son's robo rattler took 32 hours using 357 grams of filament. And last is my robo octopus, which took 49 hours and used 488 grams. Now it's time to assemble them. I'm really happy with how they turned out. These were all printed with a 0.16mm layer height. The biggest difference between the Creator 5 and the Pro is the enclosure. The heated chamber reaches 65 degrees Celsius. This allows you to print engineering materials that are more difficult to print or not recommended on an open printer, like ABS, ASA, and nylon. It also includes HEPA and carbon filtration, plus active chamber cooling for PLA, PETG, and TPU. One thing to keep in mind is that the filament stays outside of the enclosure. So if you're printing with something like nylon, you'll definitely want a good filament dryer. The nylon that I used still wasn't dry enough. But if you've seen my filament strength video, you already know that nylon and I never got along. It may not look pretty due to the moisture, but I do have to say with the heated chamber, I did get really good adhesion. Although there's no purge waste during a print, there's a small bit of waste at the beginning of a print or when you're loading a new filament. And due to an odd design choice, the filament just drops to the bottom of the printer. I mean, they had to have meetings about this, right? I am curious on how those meetings went when the final decision was, I don't know, let's leave it at the bottom and maybe no one will notice. One issue I see, especially with the enclosed Pro version, is that there's a lot of airflow and you don't want that extra filament to get sucked up into a fan. At least now Flashforge did put out a file to print out a poop bin. I printed it in PETG with a small PLA support. Just attach the mount with some double-sided tape and set the bin in place. It's definitely an afterthought, but it works. After printing all these models, the only issue I ran into was at the very beginning when I printed the bee. I did not load the filaments from the screen after feeding them through, and on the first layer I noticed that the blue was not extruding. In my defense, I was not able to watch this video until after I finished the prints. That's what I forgot. I gave it a little push and was fine after that, but you can see the missing filament on the back of the wing here. So I have shown you how these multi-tool printers save you time and filament when you print with multiple colors, but there are a few more advantages that I did not go over. One is how these printers allow you to easily combine different types of filaments in one print. PLA and PETG don't adhere to each other, so you can use PETG for PLA supports or vice versa. This makes it super easy to break apart the supports as well as give you better quality prints. The other is how they solve a common problem when you're using a single nozzle for a multicolor print. If the nozzle doesn't completely purge the previous color, you'll see color bleed in your prints. This issue is completely gone with the Creator 5. Since each nozzle has its own color, There's no way for the colors to end up mixing. Another advantage is it opens up possibilities to print things that you normally wouldn't. At the beginning of this video, I mentioned that I don't normally print a lot of multicolor models. I wouldn't have even considered printing this Robo Octopus, knowing that it takes a full 4 days on my single nozzle printers. Now I won't think twice when it comes to printing multicolor models thanks to this printer. So are these printers right for you? If you print multicolored models regularly, the time and material savings adds up fast. Across just these 5 prints, I saved about 100 hours of print time and a full roll of filament when compared to a single nozzle printer. That's a pretty big difference. I do think that printing PLA, PETG, and TPU is fine for most people. And in that case, the standard Creator 5 is the better value at $6.99. But if you want the options to print engineering materials like ASA, which is great for weather resistance, or nylon, which is perfect for torturing you when trying to print it, okay, and for more durable prints, then you'll want to go for the Pro version at $8.49. Either way, you can save an additional $30 by using my coupon code linked below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more videos like it, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and check this out next. Thank you for watching.